Kelly Vaughn, and welcome to Inside Indy. And tonight we're going to offer a free trial here on our station. All you have to do is call this number now, 317-773-5050. Now, was that a real offer or a fake one? That is the question, and we're going to help you distinguish that with our guest in the studio. It's Tim Mansicalo, and you are president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, serving Central Indiana, right?
Correct, that's right.
Welcome to Inside Indy.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, I don't know if my offer there, it was kind of short, but if it was convincing or not. But that's the kind of message that people get in terms of offers for free trials, and you're going to help us distinguish between the good ones and the bad ones?
Yeah, everyone wants to have wrinkle-free skin. You want to lose a little weight. Look youthful, maybe grow some hair, those types of things. So what a lot of these free trial offers will do is they will say, hey, we've got wrinkle cream, we've got a way for you to lose weight, make you look better, healthier, more energy, that type of thing. And the way in which these scams work is they want you to try this and then they'll get you hooked with your credit card. So it is a way in which they will offer you something, but it's really not as free as it might sound.
Okay. So, yeah, that's, gosh, you see all kinds of things come up on television. Like you said, things for your skin, also things for like your car, gadgets, some really cool stuff out there. And so you're not necessarily saying, are you saying that the offer is a scam or the product is a scam? Because sometimes it looks like pretty cool stuff that we'd like to have.
Yeah, and not all these things that you see on TV or what have you are scams by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
Here's the ones that we're really talking about. A lot of these are what I'd call vanity products, skin creams, lose weight, that type of thing. A lot of times they are endorsed by, so to speak, somebody that we would be very familiar with, a celebrity like Oprah or someone very, very famous.
Cindy Crawford does
an
infomercial.
She does a lot of those. Some of those are legitimate. Some of those are just fine. But some of these free trial offers, here's what they're doing. They'll say, hey, take a bottle of this stuff and try it for free for 14 days. And then if you don't like it, ship it back, or there's no obligation here. But the way in which this works is they will have some sort of shipping charge, something where you've got to give them your credit card. And then you'll get the product. And when it says 14 days, that 14 days a lot of times will start from the time you place the order, not from the time you actually receive the product. So let's say it takes a week or so to get it. You may only have 4 or 5 days to actually use the product before you can return it. But here's where they really get you. They're very stealthy. What they will do is they will take your credit card and then they will charge you monthly for more of the product. So it'll be something where
like a subscription.
Right, that type of thing. So that's where they really get you, and it'll be very, very difficult, almost impossible to get a hold of them to stop that, to say, hey, I don't want this anymore. So that's the way in which they do. They've got your credit card. They're going to charge you. They gave you what they said was, quote, 14 days free, but then you're going to be on the hook for continuing to pay them monthly for continued subscription to whatever the product is. And a lot of times these products, are not what they are billed to be.
Okay. So now you said you have maybe a 5-day opportunity. So you're saying if I put it back in the mail and send it back, they're not going to receive it? Or what makes it difficult for them to get the message that I want to stop it?
Yeah, well, a couple of things here. Number one, there may not necessarily be a physical address when you can send that back, or there may not be a phone number you can call or some way that you can contact them in order to stop that. And once again, you think you've got 14 days, let's say from the time that it arrived, when you've really only got 5 days. Their terms and conditions are not noticeable on the website or wherever you might see this. It's not something that is well explained. In fact, that's one of the first tips that I would tell somebody, that if they see something and you can't see the terms and conditions, it's not readily available there on their website, that's a real tip-off that it may be something that you want to avoid.
So it sounds like you're saying, so that you can review those terms, don't necessarily order it by the toll-free number on the screen, go to the website, because oftentimes they will say, or go to our website and order now, right? So, and then at least you can review. Whereas on television, you don't always see those terms at all, and then you're just picking up the phone and making the order.
Yeah, well, what we see a lot of these, not necessarily the ones that you see on TV, but these are the ones that'll pop up in social media.
Oh, okay.
These are the ones that you'll get maybe an email notification on. And even if you go to their website, their terms and conditions are going to be very, very difficult to find. So the ones that you see necessarily that are on TV aren't necessarily the ones that we see are ripping people off. It's really social media, email,
okay.
internet sorts of offerings. Those are the ones that we're seeing have a lot of strings attached to them. And like I say, these companies are not disclosing all of their terms up front. It's very difficult to see exactly what the offer is. And their celebrity endorsements, those people don't want to endorse this. You know, Oprah isn't out there endorsing 50 different products at the same time. Okay. They don't want their names and their image used on that type of endorsement anyway.
Okay. Now I have a product that I have been trying to get the company's attention to stop it, and I've not had any luck. And I actually, it was an app. It's called Mile IQ, where you have this app on your phone, and it measures, you know, the mileage for you when you're going from point A to B, and I guess it uses a satellite to do that. And so I had it for 1 year, and the problem is I just haven't used it. And so I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the product, but I wrote them via email, because from the initial email that they sent me confirming the order, and said, I want to stop this, and I don't see anything there that will allow me to stop that. So how do I stop that? Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, you know, before you engage in anything like that, you do want to understand, hey, where's your customer service? Can I call you? Can I email you? Is there a convenient way in order to stop payment or discontinue the product, that type of thing? So you really want to check that out ahead of time before you, purchase anything, before you go on contract. You know, was there a contract? Was there something that said, hey, I'm obligated to, be on subscription for this product for a year or whatever it might be. So really check those types of things out before you give them your credit card, because once they've got your credit card, you know, they've got the ability then to charge you.
Okay. But how do I stop them? Can I contact my bank to stop and say it's on your debit card? Or what if you change credit cards or you get rid of that credit card?
Well, if you get rid of that credit card, then obviously, they're not going to be able to continue to charge you.
Okay.
Once again, not knowing the whole terms and conditions of what that is. You know, it's a little difficult to say exactly how to stop that, but I think what you want to make certain is when you do sign up for something like that, what is their customer service? What is their policy in terms of canceling, and how easy is that to do? What we're finding with these free trial offers is that it is very difficult to find these people in terms of customer service, phone number, even a physical address where you could write them or in which they're actually located. Most of these places, what we're finding is that they are operating outside the country. So these places really are set up to be scams. You know, the products are not what they intended to be. They don't readily tell you what the terms and conditions are. They're using some famous celebrity to give it credence and give it an endorsement. And then, they've got your credit card, and it's going to be very, very difficult for you to cancel that. They're going to continue to charge you for that. And once again, you thought, okay, gee, I've got 14 days free trial. If I don't like this, I can cancel it. Now you've given your credit card. How do I go about canceling this? I went over the 14 days. I thought I had 14 days. It was only 5 days that I actually had to use the product. You know, they get you in that sort of a scenario, so it's very, very difficult to do it. And what we've also seen is, they might have their website and they might be doing this ad for a couple of months, and then they'll change it and it'll be a different website, sort of a different ad, but same sort of product, same sort of MO. It's just a little bit different. So, hey, that ad that you saw is no longer there, but they're doing it under a different name. So that's what we're really talking about here. These are really people who are out to scam you, not necessarily a product that you bought and you're just not happy with.
Okay.
That's really what we're talking about
Okay.
here.
Yeah, and now I'll tell you another one, and I've seen this on Facebook as well. People making jokes about it. There's one called Wish. Have you heard of that one?
I've not seen
Okay,
that one.
so it's like a website or an app, and you can order things, and you can look and see it's coming from China. And so the joke on Facebook was like, like it had a famous actor, and this is what he looks like, but when you order from Wish, this is what he would look like. And it was totally different. So they send you a modified version of what you actually ordered. So if it's a really nice jacket with, fur, and it's beautiful, when you get it, it looks it looks like that a little bit, but it's not quite the same. So I'm going to have you answer that, but we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And we'll come back for that answer and much more about scams and fake offers on social media and beyond when we come back. And we're back here on Inside Indy, and we're talking about free trials scams. And we want to help you to not become a victim like I was with the IQ Miles or Mile IQ. We were talking about the Wish app, which again, a lot of the products that you order from there, they look great on your phone or on the app, and then when you get it, it's different than what you saw in the picture, which is to me just completely deceptive. Another thing too I've noticed is that you can order clothing and you'll order like say a large and it comes to you and it's maybe the actual product, but it's very small. And again, it's being made in China, and obviously there are differences in terms of sizes of the people, in terms of their stature is just smaller.
Right.
And it doesn't fit. That's not my large. That's like, I don't know what that is. It's like tiny. So how do we get around that? Because I will say I've ordered electronic type things from them, like lights and stuff, and they're fine.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that you want to be very, very careful of, particularly on items like clothing or just really anything, look at the price. If the price is just so low and just ridiculously low, you're probably not going to get something that is of really good quality, or the sizes might be off, those types of things. Also, you can look at their customer reviews. You can check BBB to see if they've got any complaints. There are different ways to check out companies and websites to see what kind of experience other people have had. So they can make those products look just fantastic on the website, particularly if it's something to do with size. There's no comparison if you're just seeing the product by itself alone. You don't know, how big it is. Is it really going to fit you? Those types of things. So,
and I think we all, as Americans, expect to be fooled a little bit, but this is like over the top. Like, that's not that at all.
Right, and you can't use that at all. And once again, I'd be curious to see, was it a very low price?
Yes, but see, here you can get something at a low price. I can go to JCPenney and get something for $10, and I bought a jacket once, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So that's where we're being duped, because low price doesn't necessarily mean that it can't be good. They're just having a sale.
Right, and not necessarily that low price is necessarily bad, but sometimes these prices are just so ridiculously low. I know somebody mentioned about a leather coat that they said was like $22.
Okay.
You're probably not going to get a very good leather coat for $22. It's not going to be a $1,000 leather coat. It's going to probably be something that is not particularly of high quality.
Well, it seems, I don't know, it's very scary. It makes you not even want to order online.
No, but there are, doing business on the internet, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. You just have to do a little bit of homework. And, if you're established with a company that hey, the sizes are right, I like their quality, I like their their styles, you're probably going to be fine with most of your purchases.
Okay. Okay. Scam Tracker. What's that?
Scam Tracker is a tool that BB introduced about 3 years ago. And if you go to bbb.org or if you go to scamtracker.org, you can see Scam Tracker. And basically what it is a way for consumers to report and learn about scams. So if you've been scammed, you think that you've been ripped off, you can go to Scam Tracker, report that. It takes, just a few minutes to report it. And then when you look at Scam Tracker, there's actually a big map of the United States that'll come up. And then you can hone right into, let's say, Central Indiana, even a certain part of a city or a certain part of a county. You'll see all these little dots. And that's where people have reported scams. So we get these scams that are coming in daily. And then what we do with those scams is every year we will compile those and we put out a report that says, hey, what are the most prevalent scams? Who's getting scammed? Which ones are coming up? Which ones are maybe decreasing? So we are really trying to educate the public, but it's a great way for the public to go in and see what scams are going on in your area. So if you've been scammed or tried to be scammed, go to scamtracker.com or scamtracker.org, report that, and it's a way for you to help your fellow consumers learn about scams.
Okay, okay. So who typically is victimized in this way, or is the I've been a sucker, so to speak.
Right. Well, on these free trial offers, the people who are typically scammed, because there are a lot of vanity products, it tends to be women. About 72% of the reports that are filed tend to be from women. Tends to be the age kind of between 30 and 39, but really all ages are affected by this. But if you think about things like wrinkle creams and losing weight and all that, it does tend to be more prevalent with females than with males. So that's kind of your typical sort of person who falls for that type of scam.
Wow, okay. So where can people go to report it? I know there's Scam Tracker to find those scams. Is that where you can also leave it, or is there another place? How do you go about reporting it when you have been duped?
Sure. Well, like we said, Scam Tracker is a great way to do that because we do want people to report when they've been scammed. Let the Attorney General know. Let the FTC know. Now, unfortunately, because most of these originate outside the country, that's where your money actually ends up. It's very, very difficult for them to get the money. They operate out of countries where the governments really are not all that interested in cooperating with us. They kind of see that as revenue coming into their economy. So I'm not saying that you can get your money back, but I do think it is important to report that. This scam in particular has really been on the rise over the last several years. The FTC is reporting that their reports on these free trial offers over the last 3 years has doubled. Within BBB over the last 3 years, we've had almost 37,000 reports on Scam Tracker. So it's something that is very prevalent out there. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are falling for this. So just be on the lookout for these free trial offers. Oprah says this is how she keeps young and vibrant and all that.
Probably okay.
Well, it's probably not okay because they're probably using her image.
Oh, you're saying, okay, because I thought you said earlier that if it's Oprah or somebody we know, so they're even scamming Oprah?
Oh, yeah. These celebrities,
Who scams Oprah?
Yeah. They're using Oprah, they're using Ellen DeGeneres. Those are two very popular ones. They don't want their image to be used, but Oprah's image, they just take that and say, Oprah says this is a great.
Are you kidding?
This is a great thing. Well, sure, and if if Oprah says it's okay,
it's gotta be.
Yeah, you'd use it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, they're very.
So what do the celebrities do? How are they getting involved in this fight?
Well, once again, they're trying to protect their own name and protect their own image, but these companies are stealthy. They operate outside the country. How are you going to get to them? And if you're Oprah, your image is everywhere, right? So I take a picture of Oprah, say, hey, this stuff is great. I lost 40 pounds because of this.
Oh my gosh.
What can she do?
Right.
She's like everyone else. She can only do so much.
And that is the question. What can we do? And so are we just lame ducks in this? I mean, is there anything going on the federal level? I mean, okay, we're going to build a wall, right? We can't do nothing to stop these people from ripping us off.
Well,
I mean, you're already over the wall with that.
Right. Well, I think a couple of things here. Number one, as I've said, because they are outside the country, it's difficult for law enforcement to do this. But this is why I come on programs like this, to make certain that people, when they go and they spend their money, they do a little bit of due diligence. If you see something where the terms and the conditions of the agreement aren't readily disclosed, that's a red flag. If you see that they don't have a physical address, someplace here in the United States where they actually physically exist, that's a real red flag. Once again, if it's a 14-day free trial offer, but the trial offer actually starts from the time that you order it, not the time that you receive it, that's a real red flag. And Oprah is not out endorsing 50 different products, right? Oprah doesn't need that, right? She's not at home trying all these different products. So if you see a celebrity like that endorsing something like that, that does Oprah really use that wrinkle cream?
That's funny, because I hadn't run into that yet.
They'll use their image, and once again, they will change their website. So one day you see it here, a couple months later, it'll be something else. Might be using the same product, but they've changed it, maybe changed the name a little bit.
Okay.
But they've got your credit card, and that's the important thing, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for your credit card, and it's going to be very difficult for you to stop that charge. And they'll charge you, maybe $100 a month. Well, that goes on 3 or 4 months, and you've lost $300 or $400.
Gosh, okay. But again, you're saying these and we got just about a minute to go.
Yeah.
These are primarily on social media, not so much in television.
We don't see this so much on television, but it's social media, it's internet ads like that you'll see, email sorts of things that you'll get. You get those emails that say, take care of your wrinkles, lose weight.
Because when you go through television, you have to work with the television station. You have to have an account there. You're accountable.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, this is,
okay.
hey, I can send you anything over the internet, right?
Right. Okay. We gotta go. This has been really enlightening. Wow.
Well, thank you.
I feel so much better.
Yeah, I hope we've given people some good information.
You certainly have. Tim Mansicalo, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau here in Central Indiana. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
On Inside Indy. And thank you for joining us. I'm Kelly Vaughn. We'll see you next time. And don't get scammed. Bye-bye.